Chapter 1. The Clank of Reality. The heavy metal doors of Shawshank State Penitentiary reverberate ominously as Ethan Carter steps into his new reality. The sound of clanking chains echoes in the dimly lit corridors, drowning out the distant murmurs of fellow inmates. Confusion courses through him as he grapples with the starkness of his surroundings: gray concrete walls, flickering fluorescent lights, and the pervasive scent of despair. In his diary, he writes, "I've never known darkness like this. It feels like the walls are closing in, swallowing every breath of hope." Voices blend into an ambient choir of survival: guards barking orders, trays clattering during the morning meal, and whispers of seasoned inmates sharing hard-earned wisdom. Ethan catches glimpses of camaraderie and despair, unsure of where he fits amidst the tapestry of broken dreams. As he navigates this new and foreign world, he clings to the fragile thread of hope, determined to find his strength in the echoes of confinement. Ethan's first days in Shawshank unfolded like a grim tapestry, each thread weaving together fear, uncertainty, and the flickering hope for survival. As the clang of metal doors resonated through the halls, he navigated the cacophony of breakfast trays and the murmurs of seasoned inmates. Each morning was a ritual, punctuated by the clatter of utensils and the hushed whispers of survival strategies passed down like precious heirlooms. "Stay invisible," one inmate advised, while another shared whispered tales of alliances forged in the shadows. Ethan clung to their words, observing the dynamics around him: the old-timers who ruled the cafeteria, the young ones with eyes wide in disbelief. To find solace, he penned his thoughts in a small corner of his cell. Writing felt like an act of rebellion, a way to reclaim a part of himself amidst the overwhelming walls of confinement. Each diary entry became a window to hope, a lifeline to the world beyond those cold, unyielding bars. Chapter 3. An Unexpected Friendship. As Ethan settles into the routines of Shawshank, he finds himself drawn to the comforting presence of Maria Red Henderson. With her silver hair and deep-set eyes, she exudes an air of resilience and wisdom that intrigues him. One evening, sitting on a cold metal bench in the yard, Ethan listens intently as she shares tales of survival, stories from the past that resonate with the heavy weight of history. "Every day is a new battle," she says, her voice a soft yet unwavering murmur against the backdrop of distant echoes and clattering chains. But it's the friendships that get us through. Ethan feels a flicker of hope igniting within him, a tether to humanity amid despair. Through their conversations, he begins to understand that even in confinement, bonds can form in unexpected places, offering solace and strength. A friendship blossoms, giving Ethan a newfound sense of belonging, igniting his will to endure. Chapter 4. Rediscovering Hope. In the dim light of the prison art room, Jamal Thompson brushes strokes of vibrant color onto a canvas, each movement a silent rebellion against the bleakness surrounding him. The soft rustle of paintbrushes and the gentle hum of creativity envelop the space, creating an oasis of solace amid the harsh realities of Shawshank. Jamal's voice narrates his thoughts, describing how art transcends the prison walls, offering him freedom he cannot experience physically. "For me, every stroke is liberation," he reflects, sharing how painting allows him to dream beyond bars, to envision a world outside the concrete confines. The rhythmic sound of his brush gliding against the canvas is punctuated by the ambient clinks and murmurs of fellow inmates, who respect this rare moment of tranquility. Through his artistry, Jamal not only finds hope for himself, but also inspires others, proving that even in confinement, one can cultivate beauty and express one's true self. Chapter 5. The Wisdom of Age. In the dim light of Shawshank's common room, Maria Red Henderson unfolds stories from her vast reservoir of memories, her voice a soothing balm against the harshness of prison life. With each tale she weaves together threads of resilience and survival that resonate with the inmates around her. Today she speaks of the Great Rebellion of '82, when the spirit of defiance ignited hope among the weary. Her words carry the weight of years spent behind bars, yet they bloom with laughter and lessons learned. As the sounds of distant clanging and whispers fill the background, the younger inmates gather around, captivated by her experiences. "You can't let the walls define you," she tells them, each syllable steeped in wisdom. Her tales remind them that even in confinement, there exists a world of camaraderie and potential. For a fleeting moment, the shadows of despair lift, revealing the enduring light of hope within the human spirit. Chapter 6: Backbone of Shawshank. The weight of Shawshank's walls is heavy, but within this concrete labyrinth stands Henry Shank Rodriguez, a figure forged from struggle yet tempered by hope. As the morning light filters through barred windows, his voice cuts through the mundane prison sounds. The scuffle of feet on concrete, distant shouts from guards, and the unyielding beeping of the watchtower. "Listen up," he bellows, gathering a group of younger inmates around him. "Life in here ain't easy, but it's about how you navigate the storm." Henry's stories reveal a harsh past of gang life and betrayal, yet beneath his tough exterior lies a mentor's heart. As he shares lessons learned from betrayal and loss, a palpable sense of respect and camaraderie fills the air. Each word resonates, transforming fear into determination, igniting a flicker of resilience in those who gather to listen. In Shawshank, Henry is not merely a survivor. He is a beacon of strength, illuminating paths toward redemption. Chapter 7: Moments of Solace. As the clattering of prison life fades into the background, Jamal Thompson immerses himself in his art, each brushstroke a silent whisper of freedom. The soft sound of paint meeting canvas fills the air, blending harmoniously with the hum of distant conversations. In his cramped cell, he reflects on how creation becomes his sanctuary amidst the chaos. "I paint my dreams," his voice, filled with warmth, resonates in the stillness. "Each color tells a story. Every stroke speaks my truth." Jamal believes the world outside is not lost, only hidden beneath layers of despair. His art channels the emotions of his fellow inmates, an expression of their shared struggles and unyielding hope. The crackle of paint tubes and the gentle rustle of sketch paper become a soundtrack of resilience, echoing his pursuit of identity and liberation. In the bleakness of confinement, Jamal finds solace in the vibrant artistry that transcends the prison walls, a testament to the human spirit's unwavering quest for freedom. Chapter 8: Reflections of a Mentor. In the dimly lit common room, the air heavy with echoes of laughter and the occasional clink of metal trays, Henry Shank Rodriguez sat among a circle of younger inmates, his presence a blend of authority and approachability. He leaned forward, his gravelly voice resonating with a raw honesty as he recounted tales of his turbulent past. "The streets taught me hard lessons," he began, eyes glinting with memories. "But here I found purpose." As he spoke, the younger men absorbed his words, hanging on to every syllable. "Respect yourself, and others will respect you," he urged, reminding them that power lay not in fear, but in empathy and growth. Henry's mentorship shone brightly amid the shadows of Shawshank, fostering bonds of brotherhood that transcended their individual struggles. Each session became a refuge where dreams were nurtured, showcasing the transformative power of solidarity and the profound impact of one person's guidance on many lives. Chapter 9: A New Dawn. The heavy metal doors groaned open, signaling a shift at Shawshank State Penitentiary. Whispers filled the air as a new warden, Mr. Reynolds, made his entrance, bringing a wave of uncertainty and curiosity. His reformist agenda was unlike anything the inmates had seen before: educational programs, therapy sessions, and even opportunities for vocational training. Murmurs of skepticism rippled through the cell blocks. Some believed it to be a facade, another ploy to control. Others, however, felt a flicker of hope igniting within the darkness. Ethan sat in a dim-lit corner of the yard, listening intently as fellow inmates debated the changes. In his diary he penned, "What if this isn't just another empty promise? What if, just maybe, we could carve out a path toward a future beyond these walls?" The atmosphere shifted, the palpable tension echoing a tangled mix of fear and aspiration, as the inmates began to ponder the possibility of a new beginning within their confined world. Chapter 10: A Flicker of Hope. As the sun rose above Shawshank, its rays pierced through the grimy windows, illuminating the worn faces of the inmates. Whispers of change fluttered through the hallways like leaves caught in the wind. With the new warden's arrival, a palpable tension hung in the air, filled with a mix of skepticism and hope. Ethan watched as his fellow inmates filed into the makeshift classroom for the first educational session, their expressions a tapestry of doubt and curiosity. In his diary, Ethan penned his reflections. "For the first time, I felt a flicker of something resembling hope. The thought of learning, of bettering ourselves, feels dangerous yet exhilarating. Can we really change in this place? A few inmates, once bitter, cracked reluctant smiles as they engaged in discussions, igniting sparks of aspiration that had long been dormant. Here, amidst the despair, glimmers of possibility began to emerge, urging them to cling to the belief that redemption could be within reach. Chapter 11. The Discovery. As Ethan meticulously combed through his case files, a flicker of hope ignited within him. Late one evening, after the clamor of the prison settled into a haunting hush, he stumbled upon an overlooked detail, a witness statement that contradicted the prosecution's timeline. The murmur of discovery echoed in his thoughts, reverberating through the confines of his cell. He penned furiously in his diary, each stroke of the pen releasing pent-up frustration and anticipation. The feeling of his chain links symbolically lifting, he understood that this could be the key to his freedom. Tension crackled in the air as Ethan shared his breakthrough with his fellow inmates, their expressions a blend of skepticism and guarded hope. The atmosphere shifted, thick with anticipation. Each inmate recognized the monumental weight of this moment, not just for Ethan, but for their collective existence within Shawshank, a potent reminder that change is possible, even in the darkest of places. Chapter 12. Rallying Together. As Ethan's revelation ignited hope within the bleak walls of Shawshank, the once distant inmates grew fervent with purpose. Whispers turned into fervent discussions, and a united resolve formed among the men who had battled their demons in silence. In the dimly lit recreation yard, the clinking of chains melded with passionate voices, their collective yearning for justice binding them together in an unbreakable bond. Henry Shank Rodriguez emerged as a guiding force, rallying the younger inmates, urging them to channel their energy into supporting Ethan's quest for freedom. Each voice added to the chorus of camaraderie, with promises to help gather evidence, contact lawyers, and provide emotional backing throughout the daunting prospect of potentially overturning a conviction. Ethan felt the weight of their solidarity, a raw surge of emotion washing over him. In that moment, camaraderie replaced despair, echoing through the concrete walls, a poignant reminder that even in confinement, strength was found in unity. Chapter 13. The Verdict. As the courtroom fell silent, Ethan felt the weight of the moment pressing down on him. The judge's stern voice cut through the tension. In light of the newly presented evidence, the court has reached a decision. Ethan's heart raced, each beat resounding in his ears, accompanied by the distant clang of cell doors echoing his insecurities. In the back of the room, familiar faces, Maria, Jamal, and Henry, held their breath, embodying a collective hope that surged through the air. The verdict rang out, "Not guilty." Shockwave-like, the words cascaded around him. Relief flooded his veins as disbelief painted smiles on the faces behind him. Outside, the world awaited, an expanse of freedom, fresh air, and the promise of new beginnings. As Ethan stepped out of the courtroom, he realized that freedom was not merely about leaving Shawshank. It was the chance to rewrite his story, with echoes of resilience guiding him forward.